gabagoo. Oh, proper gabagoo.
Right then, V10, and we've got quite a big job on today. So first is starter motor. This is located on the driver's side, right in the middle of the engine mount, and I think the book time on that alone is about 13.5 hours, something like that. There's a good chance to get to that, the engine's gonna have to come out. So we're gonna try and do a few jobs at once, try and make it so it's worthwhile taking the engine out, because obviously it's not going to be a straightforward job. We've got the power steering pump as well. That keeps making a weird noise sometimes on full lock. The reason why we're changing the starter as well is because that sticks every now and then, which is not ideal. And then also the actuators off the turbos on this have already been sent off. So they've been refurbished and we need to get them back on anyway. But you can access them in situ, but while we're doing all this, it probably makes sense to do that at the same time. So Luke's gonna have a good, fun few days doing this. It is one of the downsides to this V10 engine. As good as the engine itself actually is, it's got plenty of torque, plenty of power, exactly what you need for off-roading, towing, whatever you might be doing in your Touareg. But the maintenance side of it is a bit of a nightmare because, well, it's shoehorned in there. There's not a lot of room to work around things, which generally means if you've got a decent job to do, the engine's got to come out. So we'll let Luke crack on and see if in 3 days he wants to hand his notice in. Hopefully not.
you saw that, but took this plug off, and as you can see, it's rather wet. Yes.
Right, the engine is finally out. This probably explains a little bit better why we've had to take it out and how much of a ball ache this job would be if you were to even attempt to do this. So, behind that pipe is the starter motor, which even with everything, well, with the engine out, it's still not a straightforward job to get to. And then if you come around the other side, we've already got this pipe off so you can see it a little bit better, but that's a power steering pump. So that's the other job that we also need to do on this. Again, with that pipe in place, engine mount, it's not exactly a simple task to change that while it's in the engine bay. So we've got it out. Only other things that we've noticed, we had a few leaks from the tandem pumps. Luke's already tried cleaning them off a little bit, and I think there's a bit of a leak coming from the diff. But other than that, it seems all right. While it's out, we're gonna give it a bit of a clean, get it in the jet wash bay before we change the parts. Suppose it'll save Luke getting a bit dirty as well while he's working on it. So hopefully when this comes back in, it'll be all nice and shiny and new, and we'll get some new parts on it.
Oh, proper gabagoo.
Gabagoo. Ugh.
Is that like mucky gabagoo or like gabagoo from engine gabagoo?
That's mucky gabagoo.
Off-road gabagoo?
No, I think it's off-road gabagoo.
This, not spinny. This, spinny. That, holy ta-da! It just jumped in. Yeah.
It fell.
It fell. The car fell onto the engine.
Perfectly. And
We do not know what happened. There was no way I could have filmed it because it just jumped in. Didn't it, Paul?
Yeah.
Didn't it, Paul?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
phenomenon thing.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's back in, not filmed, because it was out of our control. Yes.
So the engine is back in the Touareg. This has took a lot longer than originally anticipated, mainly because while the engine's been out, we've done quite a bit of cleaning, some maintenance work just on like coolant pipes that we're replacing, simplifying the system really and making it more reliable for when we're off-road. You can see now the original job that we were doing on this. So that's a power steering pump, the new one. You can see there, buried away. And then on this side, we've got the starter motor in there. Again, you can just about see the new part and how difficult it is to swap that. So hopefully not too much longer now to get this all built back up and ready. It's Friday at the minute. On Sunday, it's Parkwood. I don't think this is going to make it, so it's likely that Ryan might take the new Touareg. On the 33-inch tyres that this has been on, because we're going to fit 35-inch tyres to this. But that's in a completely different video, so if you want to see what we're doing to that, make sure you subscribe. Don't fall. And yeah, we'll let Luke crack on with the final finishing touches. There's a box there of all the stuff that kind of needs to get refitted. In the next video, we're going to be doing some modifications to the sills, probably a few other modifications to get the tyres, the 35-inch tyres to fit, which should be fun. So as if by magic, we've swapped ramps in the workshop. That's because we've had this off, we put a few 100 miles on it now, everything's been good since we've had the engine out and back in. It's coming to the workshop, we've just done the alignment on since fitting the new wheels, tweaked the ride out a little bit. One thing that we didn't mention while the engine was out is the steering rack. So we've had a few weird things going on with the steering rack. So while we had the engine out, we bought another used steering rack off eBay. We fitted that steering rack on the vehicle, and then the steering rack that came off, we've sent that to SSL Auto Parts, which is not too far from us, about, what, 10, 15 miles, something like that. And they have done a really good job reconditioning this. So if you do want a steering rack reconditioning, we'll put a link to their company in the description. But yeah, we're not going to fit this yet. We're going to see how the used one gets on the vehicle. At the minute, it's not making any weird noise or anything like the original one was. So we're going to leave that on there. If we do have any problems with that used one, then we're going to be fitting this nice, fresh, reconditioned one. But other than that, now, we've got the new wheels on there, which you're not going to see in this video, so you're going to have to subscribe to the channel to watch that video in the future. But we just need to use it. We need to see what these 35-inch wheels and tyres are going to be like. The next time we're going to be off-road is at the end of April, so we're going to Barmouth. First time going there, so it should be pretty good. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.